Hi, YouTube. I'm Modi. This is Heather. Sorry. So we just wanted to just kind of give you guys like a heads up. What?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, you got to scoot this way. You got to get closer to my head.
Well, okay, there.
Anyways, so for anybody who doesn't know, about a month and a half ago, I was...
There's going to be crying in this, sorry.
And it's for me more than anybody else. Sorry. All of a sudden Heather starts talking and I'm looking off to the side, just know that I'm apparently I have PTSD from everything, and we'll get into more of that later, but
it's okay.
No, you tell them what happened.
You want to start from the beginning? Alright, so he started getting these like weird chest pains, but we honestly thought it was anxiety because they were only seeming to happen like if you were like a little bit stressed or whatnot. It wasn't like you just sit on the couch and be like, oh, I'm getting, it wasn't like what you would normally think of as a heart attack.
What it felt like was somebody was giving me a bear hug across my shoulders, my chest, and my back. Like somebody just came up and squeezed as hard as they could, and then I would get a little dizzy, a little lightheaded, and that would go away.
It would go away.
But my shoulders and my arms would feel like if your leg falls asleep or your arm falls asleep, I would get those tingles. And it was happening for about a week.
Yep.
And it was Drag, take you for the resub. Oh, this is exciting.
Okay. You're right. Cool. All right. So, and then July 11th, it was a Tuesday night. He was complaining that he was really warm.
No, I thought I was on fire. And Heather kept wanting to take me to the hospital, and all I could think was, I don't have insurance. We can't afford it. We were already selling stuff online. Heather had already went out and got a job. Tankster, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime. Sorry, guys.
And then about 3 a.m. I woke up and he wasn't in the room anymore. So I went searching for him. I found him in the garage. The garage door was up, but he was in the van with the fan on with the air conditioner cranked. Because at night we don't usually have the air on because, saving money. So I
was in my boxers.
Yeah, he was almost... No, you had a shirt on.
Oh, did I?
You had a shirt, but you were in your boxers. You had the air cranked up all the way, and so I opened the door to the van, and I was like, are you okay? And he's like, I'm just really hot. And I was like, okay, we'll come in. I was like, let's go to the hospital. He says, no. I said, okay, let's compromise. We'll go in the house. I'll turn the air on. We'll see how you are. If you're not better in an hour, I'm taking you to the hospital. And he said, okay. So we come back in, we close all the windows, we turn the air on. I kind of went back to bed because I was actually supposed to start my new job the next morning.
Tankster, thank you, buddy.
Thank you for that gift sub, Tankster.
Yeah.
So he's on the couch in our bedroom. I'm in the bed. I'm trying to sleep. And then it was not even an hour after that.
Yeah.
He woke me up and he's like, okay, I think you need to take me to the hospital.
Now, I will say, I had a triple bypass surgery with 2 valves replaced. I slipped into a coma, and they had to shock my heart back into rhythm. The drive to the hospital was still the scariest thing that happened to me in the last 2 months, because Heather was doing 80 down a backcountry paved road.
It was a 6-lane road.
Trying to get pulled over by a cop.
I was trying to get pulled over by cops.
So that she could have a police escort.
Because there are lights, and I was afraid of getting stopped at a light because I didn't want to run it because that's when you get hit by other cars.
Yeah.
So I figured, I know there's cops stopped on the road. You see them all the time when you're going down the road. If I'm going fast enough, they're going to stop me.
I'm not joking. She was doing 80 in a 40.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably the scariest thing of the whole
trip. And a cop passed us, flashed his lights, and then kept going. And I was like, what the hell?
But luckily at that time, it was 5 in the morning. There was no traffic. We hit
all green lights.
Except for one.
There was one that we did. And we got there, we stopped, it turned green, and we went.
Yep.
But yeah,
so we get to the hospital. I I think a janitor got me.
No, it was a security guard.
A security guard.
Because the way I pulled into the parking lot,
Dukes a hazard.
We kind of went around the we made a sound going around the corner, and it got his attention.
Well, no, I mean to the point where the car paused and you heard a voice go, "Them 101s are at it again."
No, that part didn't happen. So pull in. I stop right in front of the door. The security guard is already coming out with a wheelchair. I went and parked, and by the time I came in, he wasn't in the waiting room anymore.
They took me straight in, started sticking things in me and asking me stuff, and
I started filling out all the paperwork.
Yeah. Well,
Isaiah's home.
By the way, I moved my computer, if you're noticing.
Yeah, we're downstairs right now.
Yeah, so we're right by the front door.
Oh, you're not Isaiah.
Hi. Oh, we're streaming right now. Yeah, so I went in and they took some x-rays, and it turned out those bear hugs I were getting, I had about 12 to 15 of them over the course of a week and a half.
Yeah.
Every one of those was a small heart attack.
Yep.
And the reason I was so hot is because one lung was completely filled with pneumonia while the other lung was about 50% full. They had to give me morphine.
Well, that was later.
Oh, okay. Well, and by the way, this is...
There's going to be some parts in this where he starts to talk, and I'm going to correct him because his timing and what really happened are way off, because a lot of shit happened.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I have to say that because it literally was. So...
We're going to try and not be completely detailed. That'll be a little bit, a little bit more. Anyway, so we went to one hospital. They really thought it was the pneumonia, which technically the pneumonia saved my life.
It did.
That's what made us go to the hospital.
Yep.
Because we thought the heart attacks were technically anxiety attacks. So yeah, we went there, and then we were there for a while. I'm trying to give you guys
All right, so we were there Wednesday morning, very early in the morning. They had him in the ER throughout Wednesday during the day. But thankfully, they actually put us in a room that had a bathroom connected to it.
Which was nice.
Which was amazing because I didn't have to go anywhere. By Wednesday night, they had a room in the ICU. Yeah. Because he had so much pneumonic going on that they needed him in the ICU.
And they let Heather stay, which made me feel a lot better.
Yep.
Fast forward to the
so...
thing.
Thursday, they're like, okay, well, we're going to do a heart cath tomorrow. And we were like, cool, what's that? And basically, they put a camera in just to look around.
They go through my wrist.
Yeah, no.
No,
it was the wrist.
And they have a little camera. Well, kind of. They have a wire that goes through, and then they have pretty much an X-ray machine where they can see my heart, and then they spray ink.
Yeah.
And then see where it goes.
Yep.
So they had to shave my arm, which is no big deal. But if they couldn't get it through my arm, they were going to go through my crotch. So they shaved one side of my crotch.
Yes.
So, I had a part.
Buckeye, thank you for the 49 cheers.
So, apparently they felt I would just have a comb over for a while. I don't know what their plan was.
They didn't even use it, though.
They didn't even use it. I don't even know if the guy worked at the hospital. He just shaved off half my pubic hair and then went on his merry way.
Keenan did a ball check.
Well, we got everything all evened out now, so we're good. But
so they did the heart catheter on Friday.
And honestly...
And I wasn't thinking anything, because I was, the way they were talking... They were just little heart attacks, little. And honestly, they told us it might be because of the pneumonia. Yeah. Because they were like, his heart was fighting to keep his body going, but the pneumonia was keeping him from breathing right. So we were like, okay, no big deal.
All right. Well, and I'm going to admit something now that I haven't. 3 years ago, I quit smoking. I quit smoking for a year and a half, and I had some problems, and I started again. So there's only a small handful of people who knew. Probably plenty of people who theorized. Yeah. But I've actually been smoking again for a year and a half. And for anybody who doesn't know, I actually have been smoking 2 packs a day for the better part of 30 years. I hated people that preach, but if you smoke, stop. Because that's what happened. Jack A, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. I don't have headphones on, so I'm not hearing it.
Yeah, we're not hearing it. We're just waiting for it to pop up.
I can tell you, I'm done smoking. This isn't for a while. This is for good. And I don't have lung cancer, at least that they saw.
No. Once the pneumonia cleared up, his lungs looked great.
Yeah, but, and this is something, there's commercials, and as I got older, I knew, Buckeye dude, thank you so much. I ended up finding out that I needed a triple bypass surgery. You only have...
scary.
Yeah, I knew about 2 minutes before Heather did. She wasn't in the room. She was out in the waiting room. So she had a doctor come tell her. And that's when this whole thing got real serious, because it stopped.
It got real scary all of a sudden.
Because the hospital we were at wasn't a heart hospital.
Nope.
So they had what I can only assume to be two 14-year-olds in an ambulance. Picked me up at the one hospital.
Were crazy.
We went from one hospital. We cruised downtown for chicks at one point.
I left the hospital right after he did, and I got to the heart hospital like a half hour before you did. And you were in a freaking ambulance. I don't know how.
No lights, no nothing. We cruised. We got a few numbers. It was nothing crazy. Then we get to the heart hospital, which is on the other side of town. Which they went through. Never mind. That's
no.
So we get there, and that is pretty much one of the most well-known heart hospitals, at least in Arizona.
I was not doing 80 again, Mikey. I just know my way around this.
They went the dumbest route I've ever seen. So
okay. So what were you saying? Sorry,
I don't remember.
Okay.
So we got there.
The hospital he was at is one of the best heart hospitals.
It was called St. Mary's, which is weird because I'm an atheist, so that got that got a lot of little finger pointing here and there, but it's a Catholic hospital. But anyways, and the plan was to go in, and it was going to take...
They were going to do it Friday night.
No.
Yeah. They were going to. And then when the doctor, and I almost said his name, I'm not going to say his name. Yeah. The doctor looked and said, okay, we can wait until Tuesday.
No, originally it was Tuesday. They moved it up to Monday.
No, at the first hospital, they were telling us Friday night.
Yeah.
So I got there thinking you were going to be going into surgery, and then they told me after you arrived that there's the other kid.
There's another kid home. Hey, buddy. We're streaming and telling everybody what happened. You got home early. We're doing family dinner, but we haven't done it
yet.
Family
dinner, but I haven't started it yet.
He took care of most everything while Heather was gone. So, all right. So we got basically, I hung out in the hospital. We're trying to give you the shorter version because we're having family dinner tonight. But so they tell us that we're gonna do it on Monday.
No, Tuesday.
Tuesday. I thought they moved. I don't remember.
They told us we got there Friday night. The doctors looked at your stuff and said we're gonna do it on Tuesday.
So yeah.
So we were just gonna hang out for the weekend.
And we did.
We did.
Because they were trying to get the pneumonia to chill out.
They had him on oxygen.
They were trying to get the pneumonia to chill out before we did the surgery.
Yes.
That's your that's your aunt.
I know. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we did that, and then I get a little fuzzy.
Because they gave him morphine. The pneumonia was making it so he couldn't breathe, so they had him on 100% oxygen.
I loved it.
But he was still coughing, and every time he would start to fall asleep, he would cough so hard that he was almost throwing up. So they gave him morphine, which from the outside, it did not make him go to sleep because he honestly sat in the bed and just stared up at the ceiling.
I'll tell you right now, best heart attack ever.
It was.
Oh, it was like imagine like you had a heart attack, but like at like a 5-star resort. It was a blasty blast. It was so much fun. By the way, I say blasty blast now. Don't ask. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
So, Sunday comes around.
Yep.
And the doctor comes back in and he says, yeah, we can't wait. The reason you're not breathing that great is not just because of the pneumonia. It was because of his heart. His heart was starting to fail.
Yeah.
And so he said, we need to do the surgery first thing tomorrow morning.
At that point, I'm really not part of the story anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where you're going to see Heather cry more. This is her turn. You want me to see if I can explain what happened?
Sure.
I keep getting told by anybody. Oh, hi. Okay, you're Alpha.
Oh, Alpha, okay.
So they put me under. It turns out I need a triple bypass surgery, and they actually have to replace 2 of my valves with plastic valves. So I'm
But we didn't know that going in.
So I'm partly G.I. Joe now because my heart has a kung fu grip, so that's fun. Hey, Marky Mark, thanks for the Twitch Prime, buddy. And, you know, if you can, you tell it because I was...
All right, so they actually made me go home because the surgery takes all day.
It took at least 8 hours.
They started at 7, and I got the call. Well, I got 3 calls. The first 2 were to replace the valves because once they got in there, they realized it was a lot worse than the first hospital told them. And so they had to get my permission. And I was like, you do whatever you have to do to bring him back to me. Yeah. The third call was around 7:15, and they were like, surgery's done. We're going to be putting him into the ICU recovery. You can come on down. So I was like, cool. So it's about 30 minutes away from our house. So I was like, cool. I jumped in the car, went up there. And by the time I got up there, I go into his room, and there's a lot of people in the room around you.
I had a party. I invited some friends.
And I was like, what's going on? And they were like, sorry.
Okay.
His lungs are having a really hard time. He's not breathing on his own because by this time he should have already had the tube and stuff out. He should have already been trying to wake up. But every time they tried to take the tube out, he'd stop breathing completely.
I'm lazy.
So they told me that they didn't tell, they asked if they could put him into a medical-induced coma just for a day or 2, just to let his lungs recuperate. And I was like, that's fine, you know, do what you gotta do. So I left with them still working on you in the ICU room. And then the next day I came in and they said, it's actually going to be a lot longer than 2 days because he's not doing well.
So I ended up being in a medically induced coma for a week and a half. During that time, and mind you, I'm just telling you the stories I've been told. I was in a coma. Here's a fun little thing, just so you guys know. You know that thing you see on TV when they're like, well, you can talk to him. He's in a coma, but he might be able to hear you.
Watch what you're saying.
He can hear you.
He can hear you.
Because when you're in a coma, they don't, you don't ever really fall asleep. You don't go into REM sleep.
No.
You just are constantly in a dream state. And when you don't know what's going on, it's just a nightmare. I was in the hospital for a month. To me, I was in the hospital for about 4 months. Maybe someday I'll talk to you guys about all just and I try not to cuss on this, but the absolute crazy shit that went on inside my head. There was assassins, there was terrorists, there was killer nurses, and then there was weird stuff as well. Yeah. It was, I've been told that I may have a little bit of PTSD from all of that. We'll see. It's why I can't stop crying, and I apologize for you guys. I'm actually holding it better now than I thought. But, anyway, so yeah, they kept me in the coma.
Wow.
And, okay, you go ahead.
The surgery was Monday. They told me that the coma was going to last however long it lasted. On Thursday, before I went down to the hospital, I get a call around 7 in the morning, and it's a doctor that I've never talked to or met. I don't even know her name, but she was a kidney doctor. And she was asking for my permission to put him on dialysis because his kidneys were starting to shut down.
The reason is apparently when I was in a coma, do you guys know when you see doctor shows and they have like the bag of medicine with the IV that comes down into your arm. Apparently, when I was in my coma, I had 14 separate bags with different medications all going into me at the exact same time. That's not because I couldn't take pills. I couldn't take anything orally. So I had 14 medicines going in, and my kidneys were like, nope, we're good. And they stopped doing what they're supposed to do. And then I had hoses in my stomach for feeding. I had hoses in my stomach for pee. They had a magic thing that made my poop just turn into vapor. I don't know what it is. We have no idea where my sleeping poop went.
You had 2 sets, one for urine, one for others.
I think it was little gnomes that stole my sleeping poop. I don't understand. I'm not going to get through this stream without making a poop joke.
I was hoping you would.
Meanwhile, I was hanging out with Ice Spice, whoever the hell that is.
That would surprise me. The nurses had to have been talking about that.
I was in Ice Spice's posse when she was on Beyonce's side, when she was having beef with Kanye. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't understand 90% of what I just said, but I lived it. So yeah, I was a rapper for a while, apparently, but or at least part of an entourage. I don't know. So, and then at one point, they called you for the shocking.
Yep, they called me. I don't even remember what time it was. It was in the middle of the night because they woke me up. This is the only time I've ever had the ringer on my phone on. They called me and this time they weren't asking for any permission, so that was good, right? Except that they were calling to let me know they had to shock him. But not with paddles.
They don't actually do it that way. They put these big stickers on that are connected.
There's one here and one actually behind.
Yeah. And just so you guys know, when you get shocked and you see it in the movies, they just make it seem like the person's heart stopped.
No. It's
actually a defibrillator. It's when your heart isn't beating in a rhythm. It's
all over the place.
Yeah, it's like jazz. When your heart gets all jazzy and shit. That you shock it back into rhythm. So they did it at 7 a.m. because if your heart starts beating out of rhythm, then it stops.
No, it wasn't 7. It was like 3 or 4.
I was still in a coma. And then
the next day I got there at 8. And it was a couple hours after that. It was like 9 or 10. Where all of a sudden alarms went off all the time for different things. If they had to change the IV thing, if his dialysis machine needed to be changed, if his heart decided to, skip a beat or whatever, if his breathing was all the time, beep, beep. And so a lot of times you honestly just kind of tune it out. At least I did, because there wasn't anything I could do.
I was in a coma. I was tuning everything out.
So, but all of a sudden, the machine started blinking blue, and the tone was different. And I'm sitting in the chair, and all of a sudden, nurses just come running into the room, and I actually stepped to the doorway, and I hear, "Clear!" And
so Heather was there for the second one.
At that point, I just covered my face.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. Meanwhile, I was just napping. having nightmares. It was fun. So at that point, I'm on dialysis, which my kidneys kept. Sometimes at hospitals, they talk to you like you're a 5-year-old. They kept saying that
his kidneys were sleeping.
My kidneys were sleeping. Like I leaned on them weird. Like you lean, you sit on your leg, and all of a sudden, like
telling me that we're waiting for his kidneys to wake up.
And I'm thinking, when am I going to get the kidney needles? That was terrifying. But they started taking stuff out of me. I started breathing on my own.
Yeah.
Things started looking better. They started waking me up.
Kind of.
Yeah, I was a little delirious because I was in the real world with Heather, but I was still in the dream world of myself. So, for example, she came to see me, and we were talking. The difference was I was in Chicago. She was in Tucson. She was with actual people. I was with a underground rebel group of doctors who was saving me, and I'm not joking, from the assassin nurses by taking me to a redone Wendy's that they had turned into an emergency room.
Now let me explain this part. The first ICU room he was in when he was in the coma, I kept calling it the casino room because there was no windows and no clocks. And he was getting his days and his nights confused while he was awake. And it just was not a good room for somebody who's awake to be in.
And by the way, when we say awake,
I mean,
I was
his eyes were open.
Yeah, but I was still.
So I actually fought tooth and nail to get him moved into it was a bigger room with a window, like the whole wall was a window because he needed to be able to see that it was light outside, so it meant day.
Now, this is going to be for a small handful of the older people. Do you remember old school Wendy's fast food restaurants? And the very front had these arched windows that kind of gave it a little bit of a skylight feel. It was like a porch type thing.
Yeah, it was like
that's what the room was like.
No, the room did not.
Well, it
just had big windows from ceiling to.
It wasn't arched?
No.
Holy crap! I still remember it being arched. So I thought we were in a
So he kept
Wendy's.
asking me why we were in a drive-through, and I kept trying to tell him that it was just a regular window.
And so they would be like, "What city are you in?" And I'm like, "I have no idea." Yeah, no, my brain was a little mushy. All of that feels like dream stuff. And then I kind of started coming to.
You did.
I was cranky.
They finally took you off the 24-hour of dialysis.
Yeah. Which I don't even remember.
Yeah.
And eventually we got moved out of the ICU. That was the first time. Well, here's the problem. Because and this kind of leads into now, because I was pretty much in a bed for.
Yeah, the Glass Garden Wendy's.
Yeah. Because I was in a bed for a week and a half and didn't move, I lost about 30 to 40% of my muscle mass. And I did lose weight, but not in a good way.
No.
I couldn't walk. I couldn't use my arms. I felt frail. And then, of course, I had this, my chest was healing because, for anybody who doesn't know, when you have open heart surgery, they break all your ribs and your chest plate to get in there. This wasn't one of those fancy, robot, sci-fi movie.
No, they broke his ribs.
They had a bunch of guys with one of those big things like they're trying to get into a castle. And they just keep hitting your chest until they get in. I started coming to. I started using a walker because I couldn't really hold my own body. Yep. And I'm still using it. I've gotten better. I've been home. Okay, anyway, so it turned out that they were going to let me go. The only problem had is I still needed to be on dialysis. My kidneys were still taking a little sleepy poo. So, which is all they explained to us. And, so they
had to find you a chair.
They basically had to find me a place I could get dialysis. 3 days a week for 3 to 4 hours on each of those days. Heather got a job in the middle of all this. Heather got a job, trained, and was working. Took care of the house with his help.
Oh, God, yeah.
Took care of me at the hospital.
I could not have done it without him, honestly.
And everything else, really, I just kind of laid around. I didn't, I had, open heart surgery, but it's not like I was part of it. Hi, Rev. And then finally they found a place where I could get dialysis, and they let me go home. And you got to keep it. Oh, by the way, I found out that I'm type 2 diabetic.
Yep.
And what else? That's
it.
So,
your diet changed because of the sodium.
All right. So,
Will you put the water bottle,
everything.
please?
What water bottle?
Over there behind you.
What are you talking about?
Spray bottle.
Yeah.
And then So here's the funny part. For as much Pepsi as I drink, I'm really not. I'm type 2 diabetic, which means it can actually possibly go away as long as I change my diet.
Yep. You are on insulin, but it's only 1 shot a day, and it's a 24-hour shot.
And it's the same regardless.
Does dialysis hurt?
No, you just sit there. I have tubes right here in my chest that are still there, and they basically I get an oil change is really what it is. They take out all my blood.
Well, not at once.
Time. Yeah, it's over.
Yeah. No.
It's 3.5 hours. They clean it. They get out any extra liquid.
He has 2 tubes. One, they're pulling blood out, and the other one, they're actually putting back in. So it's not like he's got...
Yeah. They get out any toxins. Yeah. They actually add, like, iron and vitamin C and vitamin D. Mm-hmm. But the funny part is I wasn't getting any of the dialysis problem side effects. I wasn't getting swelling. I wasn't getting cramping. I peed like every 4.5 minutes.
Well,
because I drink water. Yeah,
he's been drinking a lot more water.
So, it's been a month and a half since I went in the hospital. I haven't smoked a cigarette and I'm done. I haven't drank a soda with sugar. No. We have all non-sugar stuff. I'm drinking more water. We're getting low sodium food.
He actually had that done. Okay, so when they first put him on the dialysis machine when he was in the coma, it actually went up through the groin. And then...
There's a lot of people have seen my wiener in the last
And then as he was starting to wake up, they actually put it in his neck. And then when they decided that he would need to get the dialysis outside of the hospital, they moved it to his chest.
So I have it.
So he's actually had it in 3 different places.
Yeah. It was kind of a the porridge is too hot, the porridge is too cold situation. Anyway, so I finally came home, and my world kind of got turned upside down because I couldn't smoke. I couldn't eat what I wanted. I couldn't drink what I wanted. And Heather went to work, and I haven't been away from her for longer than 20 minutes at a time in 5 years. So, it was a lot.
Completely blown out, tired.
Yeah, he kept breaking his car. So I pretty much was downstairs. He would help me get upstairs. He'd pretty just kind of manhandle me up the stairs.
He would lift you.
I sleep a lot. And we were going to dialysis, and I hated it. And it was just really depressing because most of the people there are on it for the rest of their lives, and that scared the hell out of me. But my legs are getting stronger.
Yep.
We did buy a wheelchair.
We did.
Because there are times that I can walk with a walker, but if I walk real far, my legs get a little jelly-like. They get a little wonky.
And from the parking lot to the football field for games,
or if we went anywhere like if we just want to get out of the house and go to the mall. So we got a wheelchair. Heather pushes me around. Mm-hmm. Heather and some of the kids are on drinking no sugar stuff. Mm-hmm. Heather's now getting her steps in. And I got a new heart, and it's because of these guys. They gave me the reason to keep fighting Dad. Heather reluctantly set up a GoFundMe. She was kind of strongly suggested by her family and a couple of friends. And really that's the point of this ungodly longer stream than it should be. But when it comes down to it, the GoFundMe, I can't work yet. My upper body isn't as strong, and a lot of time I can't shake or stop shaking. I can't. I've tried to play video games, and right now I can't. I shake too much. So honestly, I sit around and watch the TV show Catfish, and I can't stop watching it because they're one right after the other. MTV, really, cut your crap. Like honestly, at best I can get up. We move my computer downstairs, so when there's commercials on Catfish, I can come on my computer and check out all the Catfish blogs, and then I have a lot of trouble typing.
Yeah.
It takes me a very long time. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Watching catfish.
It takes me a long time to type stuff. I'm not so great with, I mean, I can kind of like click on like a website and kind of scroll, but I've tried to play like single player Minecraft, and I miss being able to run around in a circle. It's now more kind of like a puzzle jagged piece. And no matter where I'm at, I end up in water or lava, so that got frustrating. I may have some Lego videos that I may post there before all this happened. So I'm going to have a beard. I'm going to be fine. It's going to be weird. But, you know, well, yeah. My legs are getting stronger. I can get up easier. I can walk easier. And we actually just found that controller does my hand. I'm like a crackhead, like on a bad day. I will say that everybody who gave, and so many people.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's been a long time, and the internet fucks you up, and it's gotten to the point where when someone's mean, I believe it, and when someone's nice, I don't believe them. And the internet has really kind of messed up how I see myself. I mean, even when it's a joke, and even when it's people I know that care about me, it's, you know, I got 10 years of being called an old man and Santa Claus, and why are you playing? My last comment on YouTube was, "Goddamn, you're old," and it really took a lot out of me over the last couple years. And so when people were nice, I thought they were lying. And when people were mean, I thought they were telling the truth. And goddamn it, Pete, you guys all stepped up. And you guys were all so sweet and so supportive that I don't think I can have that many people lie at the same time. So yeah, and you know, I'll be honest with you, Heather has been, I mean, the kids have been great and everybody, but I went through a lot of shit, and I think it's a percentage of what Heather had to go through, because she had to see what was actually happening. I was napping. She had to make choices that I would be scared to do. Yet she had to come home, and she started a new job, and she had kids at home to worry about, and you know, the kids helped. This guy picked up most of the groceries. They took care of the dogs. They took care of the cats. Heather slept on some of the crappiest chairs and couches that the greater Tucson hospital area could provide. She dealt with me convinced that the nurses were trying to kill me, and she was trying to talk me out of it. She did more for me than anybody in my life has ever done. And I don't think I could have fought my way out of the coma and past everything if it wasn't for these people here and for you guys. I mean, the GoFundMe, yeah, we're not anywhere near the goal. We never really thought we were going to be.
No.
If you guys want to contribute, it's still up. The longer the GoFundMe goes, the more time I have before I have to start working to pay bills. But you guys kept a roof over our head, and I'm telling you guys, you put food on the table, and that's something I can't do right now.
It's okay.
Because I can't do much right now.
It's okay.
I can put my own dishes in the dishwasher.
You can.
I started doing that the other day, and I can make it up the stairs on my own as long as someone makes sure I don't fall down. But they don't have to lift me up anymore.
Yeah.
I can't stop shaking, but I can if I focus. Huh? But I can make myself tuna. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Can't make ramen. Too hot. Too dangerous. You know how it is to carry a bowl of hot ramen while you're using a walker? I'll go back to the hospital. I'll have to get a skin graft.
Yeah, please don't go back there.
Chicken. But I've been home for about 2.5 weeks. And my legs are getting stronger. I think my arms are, I can't do what I did before. and everything in my world kind of got turned upside down. And but the fact of the matter, hey Stinger. But the fact of the matter is that, you know, we've gotten some of the medical bills.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes. Luckily, they don't have debtor's prison anymore, so they can't put me in jail if I don't pay a hospital bill. But yeah, so really the GoFundMe is to help with that. I'm on like 5 or 6 different medications. Heather sticks a needle or 2 in me every day. She became a nurse.
Not officially.
She's got charts.
I do have charts.
She's got schematics.
I do.
She's got a pill koozie. What would it be called? I don't know.
I don't know.
She sticks needles in me.
I made a chart for.
That's my medication I have to take. But as of right now, I don't have lung cancer because the pneumonia, they checked that out.
Yeah.
I got heart disease. I got plastic parts in my heart, so now we have to carry these little cards. That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mark, how you doing, buddy? It can be frustrating at times. I have a little bit, and by a little bit, I mean pretty crippling depression and stuff, but I'm trying. It's getting better.
We're getting him into a therapist soon because the heart nurse actually said that he's showing signs of PTSD.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Well, my, I technically don't have heart disease anymore.
Not anymore.
They gave me a whole bunch of stuff and things like that. And, I didn't get powers.
No.
So I can't, levitate or move things with my mind. I mean, not any more than I could beforehand. Here's the funny part, though. I lost, 30 or 40% of my muscle mass and a lot of other stuff. And I'm not as fat anymore, but now I'm trying to get fat. So, yeah. That.
Thank you for that follow.
Yeah. But I'm starting to get a little supermodel-y in my weight. I'm almost below 200.
You are.
I lose 3 pounds every time I sleep. It's the weirdest thing. I'll go to bed at 2:10 and then wake up at 2:06.
But then that night you're back up.
Yeah, and then I eat, and then when we take my weight, my blood pressure. Heather, like I said.
No, they didn't roto-rooter him. They didn't clean out the old ones. They just
replaced them.
Bypassed.
Yep, they got rid of them. So
yeah.
Anime Chick, thank you for the subscription. Sorry, I don't have. This is just a face cam. We don't have.
They actually took 3 different veins from 3
out of my
different
leg
parts,
and my arms,
out of his arms and his leg, and redid a new heart tube.
So yeah, when you hear a triple bypass, that means the part that was broken, they literally just took other veins and bypassed it.
Yeah.
We didn't know about needing the valves until we were actually in the thick of things.
Yeah, once they were in there.
Yeah. I was awake through the whole thing. I helped.
No, you did not.
It was like when someone ties your shoe and they're like, put your finger here.
No,
I did that.
No,
I held it.
You didn't. You were sleeping the entire time.
Yeah, I've gotten real lazy lately. And so the fact of the matter is, and I know people are showing up and you're kind of coming in the middle. I'm going to convert this to a YouTube video or 2. So if you missed any in the beginning, you can go back because we're telling the whole story. But I'm home now. My legs are getting stronger. Hey, Dave. Everybody say hi to Tattoo Dave. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Yeah, you can see my face. I'm not happy about it. Yeah, he got a tattoo right before I went in from Tattoo Dave. I want to see you soon, bud. I miss you a lot. I kind of want to connect with everybody, but I can walk with a walker. I can kind of walk without it.
Yeah.
I can start to do some things on my own now. The biggest thing is that as of Wednesday, my kidneys woke up, and
as of Monday actually, because your labs.
Well, yeah.
Your labs were.
We
done
found
on
out on Wednesday that I don't have to do dialysis anymore, which I hated. It was so depressing, and yeah, so I'm off dialysis. I have normal kidneys. I have a heart that works. I got robot pieces in there.
Yeah.
I quit smoking. I quit eating sugary stuff. I mean, don't get excited. I'm still gonna run around on most of my YouTube and Twitch streams. And yeah,
He still has to go in for labs on Mondays just to make sure his kidneys are still functioning.
Yeah, but I have hoses in my chest still, so that's weird.
I actually have to tape them down because otherwise they just let them dangling.
They just flop around. It's weird. It's like my chest is healed.
It is.
I have like little scabs that I'm not picking at because I'm a good boy. But I have them around my stomach and my groin. Thanks, buddy. They cut my beard off.
They shaved it.
They did because I needed to be on a CPAP machine and I needed a thing. They shaved all of my pubic hair off because they did one side and then they were like, "Well, now you look weird."
Ball check.
Yeah. My slicker, I guess.
No, it's growing back.
It's growing back. Yeah. I'm starting to get feeling back in my chest. I'm starting to get feeling back in my toes, which was weird because when they apparently they take the veins out of your legs, they take the ones that connect to your big toe. So I've just had like a numb big toe for a while. Yeah, my beard sometimes itches. Luckily, all the scabs that were on my neck, you guys can kind of see right here. Those have kind of already gone away, so I'm not messing with any of that. I will say the hardest thing to come to terms with, Coke Zero is so much better than Pepsi Zero. Pepsi Zero tastes like hobo piss, and Coke Zero tastes good.
He's a Pepsi person.
I'm a goddamn Coke person now. Coke Zero is goddamn delicious.
I have been getting him all kinds of drinks. So I tried the Pepsi Zero. I tried the Pepsi Zero Cherry. I tried the Sprite Zero. I tried the Starry Zero. Nothing. I was out and about. We were out and about getting some things that we needed for the house. And I was like, I'm thirsty. I'm just going to go to this vending machine. And it was a Coke machine. And they had Coke Zero. And I've started not drinking regular soda either.
Stupid Coke Zero is goddamn delicious,
So
and
he's
I'm mad.
He's like, let me just get a drink. You know, it's probably gonna taste awful because all the other ones do. But I'm thirsty, and I was like, okay. So I gave it to him, and he goes, "God damn it, Coke."
So it still has artificial sweeteners. It's still not something that I should drink for every drink like I did with Pepsi. Goddamn Coke Zero. Yeah, Pepsi Zero is just hobo piss at this point.
Gee, look at this. How do you know what that tastes like?
I'm trying everything. We found a zero sugar hobo. Sorry.
No.
Some things are...
Well, no, I think it's because Coke has actually been doing Coke Zero for a very long time.
We're talking about cocaine, in case you're
curious. And Pepsi just started, so...
Yeah, Pepsi Zero tastes awful. Coke Zero is actually...
They put a Coke chip in your brain.
Yeah. I think when I was under, there was some hypnosis and stuff.
Mr. J, I'm mad that I have to agree Coke Zero is better and I don't like it one bit.
I'm so pissed about it. So, yeah, if you guys are curious... When I'm allowed, and I haven't cheated, I don't fight. I am the biggest wuss when it comes to this. But when I do drink it, stupid Coke Zero, stupid delicious, and I'm mad about it. We found all kinds of low sodium, that's for my heart, and low to no sugar items. I have no sugar ice cream. I have no sugar syrup. How the hell does that work? What did they do to these trees to make no sugar syrup? So Heather has still been busting her ass. She goes to work 5 days a week. She goes home. I'm not a better person. I just don't fight. Well, no, I still fight. I'm working on that. But yeah, she has put in so much work going to the grocery store sometimes with her. She spent hours looking for stuff. We have low sugar orange juice. I don't know how the hell that works. We have no sugar sweet tea.
Yep, no sugar sweet tea.
That had to fall to Earth on a goddamn meteor.
And
That's alien technology.
Like sweet tea.
That's alien technology, people. I'm type 2 diabetic, so, if I have something with sugar, it's not the end of the world. She stabs me in my fingers almost every morning. Mm-hmm. She stabs me in my arm. Here's a funny story. So she has to give me insulin every morning, and it's this fancy pen. It's kind of like what are those pens? The like when someone eats a peanut and they're
EpiPen.
An EpiPen. It's kind of like that. She dials it in. She sticks it in. She pushes the button. Magic happens. We don't understand the technology. Get out. You're just spraying my computer. Just getting my computer. Yeah. So she stabs me with that all the time, which, if anybody knows me, I hate needles, but she's good. But she went, and I'm gonna show him this arm. So she has to get a alcohol wipe. So she wipes, then she sticks, then she pushes, then she pulls. It's kind of like Bop It, but on my arm. But she has to do this at like 6:30 in the morning when she's starting to wake up because she has to go to work. And my favorite one is I'm just sitting there like a lump on a log. I'm not doing anything. She gives me my pills. She helps me put up I can put my socks on, but it's funner when she does it. And she's like half asleep, and she wipes with the alcohol pad right here, and then sticks me in the arm over here. She was nowhere close. So
it's the same arm. It's fine.
So do I have hepatitis? Definitely.
No, you don't. It was a
100%
every time.
Hepatitis. Yeah, no sugar sweet tea. I don't get it. So,
the twist part is on the cap on the
pen itself. You set it. You dial it to a certain
twist
quantity.
And bop.
Smack it, flip it, rub it down. Oh no. Yeah, it's a Belle Biv DeVoe song. It's actually made. That's the company is Belle Biv DeVoe Pharmaceuticals.
No.
I take pills at night a lot more than I used to. I take pills.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have an anxiety pill, which makes me talk funny to Heather.
Yeah.
I haven't said good morning, but I've been close.
Yeah.
I do a lot of this. You're the best.
There's been a couple of times where you start to say something, and I'm like, what? And you're like, nothing.
I have a whole lot of coke nails. My nails grow.
Yeah, exactly, Top.
Exponentially. Hi, Patty. Everybody say hi to Patty.
Patty, hi.
So I'm getting better. Everybody who gave to the GoFundMe, which is all of you guys, Arizrain. You guys are the ones that made it to where I don't have to rush back to work because I would just be running into lava in Minecraft. I have been taking apart Legos to help with the dexterity. I'm real slow at it.
The first couple of days you couldn't do it.
I haven't built anything because crackhead shake I have. But I'm hoping to get back. I will have a couple Lego videos that I am going to post. It's going to be weird because they're actually recorded before I went in the hospital. So I'm going to have the beard. I'm going to be bouncing around. I'll be drinking a Pepsi. I'm going to be not crying. So it's going to be a real weird situation. But yeah, so you're going to see some really odd Lego videos coming out. I don't have any Minecraft videos saved up, but I plan to try and get back to doing Saturday streams. I don't want to use the word soon because that means something very different to everybody, but I'm hoping that I can get my hands under control so that I can do it. And I miss talking to you guys. That's why we're doing this right now, because I want to see you guys. Anonymous, thank you for the tier 1 gift sub to Patty. There you go, Patty. But Heather set up.
The funny thing is, he is not supposed to see a physical therapist until he sees the cardiologist, and for some reason, they scheduled his cardiologist for 3.5 weeks after he left the hospital.
Here's the funny part. Everything we're telling you we did, me basically learning to walk again, me working with my arms to get dexterity back, the fact that I don't do dialysis anymore, that was us. That was her. That was her doing everything she did. Is why I'm able to do it.
So we got him 2-pound weight. that he lifts in different ways.
I got one of them squeezy workout
He got a
things.
hand squeezy thing.
I'm gonna be so buff, and I'm gonna grow out my hair. That was for Dave. But I'm gonna tell you right now, a vast majority of you guys gave to the GoFundMe. God damn it, thank you so much. And that's really why we did the stream, because I appreciate it. I still feel uncomfortable, you know. And somebody gave 24 hours ago. If you guys, I'm not looking for donations on this. The GoFundMe helps so much. But I'll be dead honest with you, so many of you guys did it. So if you see posting, it's just because we haven't gotten all the bills yet.
Yeah.
And that's a little scary. But hey, Cool Bird, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for the Twitch Prime. But yeah, so if you guys want to help out, that's awesome. If you already did, thank you so much.
Yeah. All the people that shared it, you guys are all amazing.
I mean, there's
well.
still people sharing it now, and thank you guys so much. And it's, you know, you guys, there were people that donated $5. There were crazy people who I think I'm almost related to who donated thousands.
Yeah.
You guys are making me cry too goddamn much, so cut it out. But I'm telling you, you guys are helping with the hospital, but most importantly, you guys took the stress of keeping a roof over my family's head while I went through this, and you made that go away, and I want to thank all of you so much. So if you're watching this on Twitch or you're watching this on YouTube, thank you. I'm an ugly crier, by the way. It's not good. But, and you know what? It's not even about the money. Everybody who said stuff on YouTube videos that Heather posted, Heather had my old videos streaming, and there's people that hung out in there, and you just kept her stream going. You got, you know, better payouts from Twitch than she's had in a long time.
I got so much ad revenue that I've never even seen before.
And I'm going to mess up your name.
I actually got a payout from
Thank you
Twitch
so
for
much.
ads.
And
That was weird.
And yeah, and you guys are Heather's the queen of it, but you guys helped save my life, and thank you so much. Heather and the kids, you all gave me a reason to fight for it, and I don't cheat on my diet. I'm not trying to sneak a cigarette. Dave, we're not going to go bowling for a while. I'm sorry, buddy. And you know, I'm fighting because I'm starting to believe that people care for me again. It freaks me the hell out. But you guys have said the nicest, sweetest stuff, and I'm trying to get myself to be able to believe the nice stuff and just laugh off one of my last YouTube comments was, "Damn, you're old." You know, well, it's not wrong, but I'm going to tell you right now, my heart's stronger than a lot of you guys. I'm telling you right now, if you guys smoke, stop it. Yeah, I'm going to get a little preachy at times. Take care of yourselves, because me not taking care of myself was a joke, and that's how I dealt with it. I joked that I drank Pepsi more than I drank anything else. I wasn't joking, it was true. You know, I joked that I ate like shit. I joked all that stuff, and I'm going to tell you guys right now, like, you know, don't worry, I'm not going to get too preachy on you, but I will say,
Thanks, Lizzie.
you know, don't do crack or heroin either. Like, I want to make sure I cover the spectrum. Yeah, anything that's bad for you, you know, I mean, you know, if weed's legal where you are, I'm not telling you what to do, you know. But I'm just saying that, regardless of what you guys, yeah, Bula Bula's Big Brian, and you know who Grandma is, right?
Yeah. No.
Crazy Mama J. I don't know if she's still here.
But she was.
Anyways, but yeah, so when it comes down to it, you know, thank you guys so much. Yeah, no crack. Sorry.
Sorry, G. Logan.
But yeah, so, but I'm making a promise to her and I want you guys, if you have to drive to Tucson and kick my ass, that's fine. You're too close. You make me nervous. You could kick my ass. So, but yeah, I'm done with that stuff.
There goes my all heroin diet.
Yep. And
oh, trust me, I miss it too. There's been a couple of times where I'm like, I need to jump into the call.
Yeah.
I just need to hear people.
Yeah,
She could actually do it. Don't tempt her.
Yeah. But when it comes down to it, it's I can't stop thanking everybody. It's gonna get annoyed. I'm sorry. I thank Heather randomly in the middle of a grocery store. She doesn't know why, and I can't tell her, and it freaks her out. I don't know what the deal is, but anyways, thank you guys once again, and anybody who's watching this on YouTube, follow me on all my social. No, I'm just kidding. Like, subscribe. No, I don't give. Just you guys being here, and if you've watched a video, if you watched one of my videos 10 years ago where it was me and Husky, or you sat in Heather's stream and just helped us, if you just said a kind word, or you did a big GoFundMe donation, if you did a donation on day one, or you do a donation tomorrow, I just want to thank everybody. I'm going to do my best to believe the nice comments and just kind of take the shitty ones with a grain of salt, and hopefully with some therapy, physically and mentally, I'm going to come back. And my hope is, and it's one of the reasons why I haven't been all that funny lately.
Yeah. Because
I haven't felt funny. I just felt like shit. But
and we know you guys noticed.
Yeah. And I get it. If you're back watching the stream for the first time in a long time, I get it. If you were watching the videos and it's like, God, I don't want to watch this depressed guy play, I get it. But I want to try and get better, and I want to do it for me, but I want to do it for her and for him and for all of you guys. And I'm hoping I can get the crying under control, only because I think I'm going to get dehydrated. I'll tell you right now, I keep crying like this, I'm going to go pee and it's just going to be dust coming out. I don't
oh my God.
But we're going to wrap things up. Thank you guys again. Thank you everybody who subbed.
Sky Factory. You were good at that, Patty.
Oh, hey Patty. You know what? I'm gonna mess with people with a little thing here.
Oh, okay.
Hey Patty, we might need to add you to a call.
I need to add you on Discord.
I'm gonna tell you guys right now. Keep an eye out if we can get.
Thank you for that sub, Gary.
Yep, I'm getting a feeling you guys might see a stream with a whole bunch of familiar people. And it's going to be weird because somebody's going to lose all the redstone. Somebody's going to blow up the world by opening a chance cube. Somebody's going to run around in circles. Somebody who's going to have one good eye is going to come hang out. If we can get her to join, we might someone who's going to make crop circles out of the thing. We may
need to make some brass.
Yeah, somebody may have to make some brass.
Yeah.
And then who knows? Maybe we can get a kid in high school who doesn't talk to finally talk. And, who knows? Maybe we'll just see how much gay we can squeeze out of England. Maybe we can get somebody who's weird enough to marry Snoop. We haven't really talked to everybody, so.
Psychic said, hey. How do you know we're talking about you, Psychic?
But I will 100% say this.
Willie, thank you for that sub.
And I'm saying this to everybody in the squad or anybody who's been here. Thank you guys for being my friends. And no matter what happened, I love all of you guys, and who knows?
Tabby, and we can chat over Skype, right, Mommy?
Yep. I'll tell you right now, keep tabs on my MySpace for any updates. But I'm going to tell you right now, God, I love everybody, and I'm still not religious. Sorry, guys. There's a few people that were hoping for that, but yeah. So we've already got a confirmation from a couple of some friends that we're going to try and do some weird stuff, and
we're going to stream games. Don't.
Yeah. You know, thanks, McPasty Pog, you bastard. But yeah, so yeah, things are gonna get weird. I'm not saying we're getting back together. I'm just saying you might find a stream here or there. You know, we're gonna have to teach Patty how to do modded again, so she's not trying to log into a mod pack. But if she wants to come, and here's the thing: there may be squad members who don't want to come, and there's no pressure. You know, there's going to be weird people that I'm old school. I don't think NJ is going to be around. We're not going that far back, but I will say this: everybody that Heather talked to about using old videos to get permission, everybody in the squad says it was cool and they were super supportive. So, anyways, yeah. So we're going to get back to we're going to go eat dinner at 7:45 at night. I could still have a bowl of meat. How weird is that? But I can't have hamburger buns. My life has gotten straight.
Lean hamburger.
Yeah. Like I can only eat buff cows. But yeah, so we're gonna go have family dinner, and it's gonna be a little while before we're 100% back. And but I hope to hear and talk to all of you guys. We still have the Patreon, even though we're not doing the calls right now. We're going to get back to that. Yeah. And just thank you for support, whatever that was. Nobody feel bad if you couldn't donate. Nobody feel bad if you haven't been around. For, like I said, if you've ever supported us in any way, shape, or form, thank you. And there's 72 people here.
There is. Which one?
Logan, G. Logan.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you guys. And yeah, I'm gonna go eat a bowl of meat. And I'm gonna eat stupid dumb Coke Zero. And now she's got me watching 1,000-Pound Sisters. And I cannot stop rooting for those women to get skinny. To the point where I went to eat today and I was like, I gotta watch my calorie count.
And
I need to get fat.
You need to gain weight.
I'm almost under 200, so Dave can't call me Papa Deuce anymore. Wow, that's a reference to a long time ago.
I didn't see him, he scared me. I
Sorry.
Right there and I saw a face.
There's pink cacti, and yeah,
sorry.
So we're gonna get weird, and I can't wait. I forgot how to end these things. All right, well, yep. Thanks for everybody who came and hung out and everything you guys have done. All the subs, all the bits, and just the support. I have to pee, so yeah, that's cool. But yeah, just keep an eye out. I'm going to try and be more active on stuff, but it's tricky for me to type when I have old man crazy fingers. They do what they want. But I will be back. I if you thought I was funny before, I might be funny again. And I can't wait to kind of be a dick to my friends, even though they love me and I love them. So on behalf of myself, Heather, Isaiah, Pink Cacti, the rest of the kids, the rest of the family, and all of you guys, thank you guys so much. You have no idea. If you did put out a message about how I did something in your life, I haven't been able to read them all yet because
I put them in a book, but he can't read them.
I read two, and then I can't see through the tears. And weirdly enough, I think my farts stink now, and it's the weirdest thing, and I don't understand
God,
it.
why are you ending on that?
My musk changed. So, anyways, guys, until next time. Thank you guys so much. I love each and every one of you as an individual and as a group, except for one of you. You know who you are.
No, that is not true.
Until next time, we'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye, guys.
This is where you say bye. Bye, guys.
Bye.